Can you hear me now? Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, let's just wait a bit for others to join us. Let's wait a bit for others to join us. It's already 8:31. I've sent out reminder to everyone. Okay, please let me know if you can hear me. Someone else has joined us. Let me know in the chat box if you can hear me. Okay, welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me know if you can hear me well. Let me know. Please put it in the chat box if you can hear me. I need more responses. Okay, great. I'm so happy. Seriously. They so okay. Welcome, guys. Welcome, guys. Let's still give others some time. We have 5 people here. Good. Thank you, Sheil. We have 5 people here. Thank you. Thanks for joining us. AAI Water Technology. Okay, so while we wait for others, tell me in the chat what you do. What business do you run? Tell me in the chat what business, what kind of business do you run? Tell me what kind of business do you run? Okay, catering and event decoration. Kudra says she does catering. Okay, you are in the right place, Kudra. You're going to be learning a lot tonight. And Adiza says she does food business. Okay, great. Fashion and design. Precious does fashion and design. That's cool. Let's meet ourselves. Tell me what to do in the comment section. You guys will be learning a lot. Um, Services of water machines. Okay, does that mean you sell machines that they use in producing like um table water, pure water, and the likes? AI water technology. Is that what you mean? Local spice business. Balkis does catering. Balkis Sulaiman. Musa does. Musa Akinola. Musa Akinola. I even have my namesake here. Painting and decorating services. So Lope owns a local spice business. Okay, so I'm still trying to wait for others to join. We have 12 people right now on the live section. Let's just give more time. So if you are just joining us, please tell me in the chat section what you do, what business do you run. Everyone, welcome everyone. You are in the right place. You are going to be learning a lot about bookkeeping today. I have my notes beside me, and I'm also going to be sharing my I've designed a lot of slides too that I'm going to be sharing with you guys. You know how happy I am right now that you guys can hear me. Pure water machines and bottled water. Okay, machines. Okay, that's cool. Wow. Drinks. Wow. Adela sells drinks. What kind of drinks? Is it Zobo, fizzy drinks? Wow, Elizabeth has a lingerie brand. Wow. Adela, what kind of drinks do you sell? Customized jewelries and skincare products. Wow. Okay. Ayomide sells clothes and she's also a makeup artist. Okay. Oh, Chivita drinks. Okay, that's cool. Elizabeth, do you produce the lingerie yourself or do you just buy and resell? Okay, Ango Trick sells data. Okay, you're a distributor for Chivita. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Wow. Oh, you buy and resell. Okay, that's fantastic as well. Just few more minutes. We are going to start the webinar proper. I'm just trying to give more people time to join us. Musumo, another Akinola. Hey, we have so many Akinolas in the house. Oh. Musumola sells chin chin, flavored in banana, cinnamon, and vanilla. This one will be ordinary chin chin. Oh. Chin chin flavored in banana, cinnamon, and vanilla. Those kind of chin chin that went to Harvard. 7 more minutes, and we are going to kickstart the webinar proper. Just 7 more minutes. Okay, Alonge sells Timileyin. She sells tote bags, faith inscripted t-shirts, and Ankara notepads. Wow, that's cool. I help business owners learn how to save, access finance, and grow their business. Well, that's from YMC. I'm into air ventilating, laundry, and sales of air. What does air ventilating mean? Isabella, what does air ventilating mean? Adegbite, I'm a graphics designer and I sell perfumes and body fragrances. Wow. Okay, there are some people here that owns both service businesses and product businesses. Some like Temiloluwa. She's a graphic designer, which is a service-based business, and then she sells perfumes and body fragrances, which is a product-based business. And you're going to be learning the two today: how to bookkeep as a service-based business and how to bookkeep as a product-based business. I sell perfumes. Victoria sells perfumes and anything fragrance. Okay, 6 more minutes. We're giving people just 6 more minutes. 20 people have joined the webinar. 6 more minutes, and we are going to kickstart the webinar proper. I've sent out reminders to people. Olajiwe Nafisat sell. She makes and sell ready to wear simple yet stylish, modest outfits for women. I love the way you put that. Seriously, I love the way you put it. You make and sell ready to wear, simple yet stylish. Then Z is into sales of top notch, sorry, top notch quality fabrics for both male and female. Okay. Elizabeth says she sells perfume oils, mini designer perfumes, body spray meat in wholesales and retail. Okay. Temitope, which is another namesake of mine, says she sells fabrics in wholesale and retail. Olufunmilola is a fashionpreneur. I help men to slay classy in quality fabrics and accessories. Cool. 4 more minutes, guys. 4 more minutes, and we are going to kickstart the webinar. Just 4 more minutes. We have 23 people right now that have joined. 23 people have joined. Just 4 more minutes. If you are just joining us, tell us what to do in the comment section. Tell us the kind of business that you run in the comment section. Okay, 3 more minutes and we are going to start. 3 more minutes. 3 more minutes and we are going to start. If you are just joining us, please tell us in the comment section what you do. Tell me in the comment section what to do while we wait for others to join us. Artworks and home decor. Okay, these are kind of unique businesses, they are not common. Moyo. Okay, 2 more minutes, guys. Oh, you manage a school. Esther says she managed a school. Esther, you manage your school or you own a school? Don't form only for us here. Air ventilating is making handmade closure and front house. Okay, okay. Just 2 more minutes, guys. I'm just giving others, so many people, the opportunity to join us before we kickstart the webinar. If you are just joining us, tell me in the comment section what you do. 2 more minutes, and I'm going to start. One. Okay, Chidima sells tote bags. Just 1 more minute, guys. 1 more minute. 1 more minute. We have 22 people live presently. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining this webinar. So, in this webinar, I'm going to be taking you through everything you need to know about bookkeeping for your business, right? So, I'm going to be talking about sales, expenses, purchases. You know, Becky says she's a natural hair expert. Wow, that's cool. Okay, let me check if there are people having issues joining us so that I can attend to them. Okay. Okay. Jamu says IP gas retailing and cooker repairs. Wow. Okay. Okay. So guys, let's start. Let's start. This is 8:45. So I hope that before the end of the webinar, others will join us. Right. So welcome. Let's just get started. So a quick introduction about me. My name is Akinola Kifaya. I am a data entry specialist, and I help small businesses, which that is my niche. My niche is bookkeeping for small businesses. And um I also install retail softwares for small business owners. Okay, so I was trained by Accounting Hub, which is a very big bookkeeping firm in Lekki, Lagos. And she has experience working with top businesses, helping them with their bookkeeping. So I trained under her. So I learned from the very, very best. And anything that I'm going to be teaching you in this webinar is not fluff, right? And I've also worked with businesses, I've worked with school, I've worked with I've worked with a fumigation business, I've worked with a shoe producing business where I help them with their bookkeeping. So I have experience working with various businesses and how they should handle their bookkeeping. Right. So in this webinar, I'm going to be shattering a lot of tables. I'm going to be opening your eyes to a lot of mistakes that you make as a business owner when you are keeping records. Right. So I'm going to be opening your eyes to all of those things. So just tell me in the chat. Tell me in the chat. Are you ready to learn bookkeeping? Just tell me yes, I am ready. I am ready. Tell me yes, I am ready in the comment section. Are you ready to do bookkeeping the right way? Are you ready to learn bookkeeping and how to do it the correct way? I see a lot of people doing bookkeeping themselves. They believe that it's something that they can just do. Maybe it's for me to just record my sales and remove my expenses. So I'm going to be opening your eyes to a lot of things that you do not take into cognizance tonight. Thank you. Tell me you are ready in the comment section. I want to feel your energy. I know that bookkeeping can be this can be a boring topic, but I want to, as much as possible, make it interesting. Okay, tell me you are ready in the comment section. Okay, 100%. The Temitope says yes, 100%. Thank you. Okay, now the first thing I'm going to be talking about is how to record your sales, right? So I'm going to be taking it one after the other. How to record your sales? How do you record your sales as a business owner? Now, the normal thing is for you to write down the amount of money that you have made in sales, right? So when you make sales, you write it down. Today I made so amount of money, right? So in this webinar, I'm going to be touching how to record your sales, how to record your expenses, how to record your purchases, and then how to calculate your profits or loss statement every month, right? How to calculate your profit or loss statement every month. You can't hear me anymore. Please, can you hear me? Jamu says he can't hear me anymore. Let me know if you can hear me before I continue. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Okay, cool. It must be his network then. Okay. Now I'm just going to go on. It must be Jamu's network. Okay, so I was talking about sales, how to record your sales, right? So we know that when you are recording your sales, most people just write dates and then they write what they sell and then the amount. Now I'm going to be telling you the 5 important things for you to note down when you are recording your sale. So you want to pick up your pen and paper at this point and then start to jot things down. There will be a replay of this section. You can go over it as much as possible as you like. Okay, I'm going to be sharing the link with everybody. Now, the first thing you want when you are recording your sale, you record the date the sale occurred. You record the name of the customer. Now, why are you recording the name of the customer? You want to keep track of your customer database, right? So writing the name of your customer would help you know Writing the name of your customer would help you know which customer buys from you the most, right? It will help you know which products a particular customer buys from you the most. It helps you with loyalty programs. If you want to gift your most your most the customers that have bought from you the most, right? If you want to gift them, or probably you want to give them a particular discount, right? So writing the name of your customers is very, very important. Right now, why do you want to record the date of your sale too? You want to record the date of your sale in order for you to track when the sale occurred, right? So it's possible that if you make the sale today now and you did not write the date, it's going to be hard for you to know which month or on which day the sale actually occurred. So it's important for you to write the date, the day, the month, and then the year, right? So the quantity of that product that was bought, the amount of the product and total. So when you write the quantity, did the person buy one, did the person buy two, did the person buy three, and then the unit price, that's the amount, the units. So how much is one of that product, and then you write the total, that is the quantity that was bought multiplied by the price will give you the total. And then you want to track the method of payments. So the reason you want to track the method of payments is because you want to know if that money came in cash, or if the customer paid you via bank transfer. Okay, you want to know if that customer paid you in cash, or if the customer paid you via bank transfer. Now this would help you know where the money is supposed to be. You want to know whether that money is supposed to be in your bank, or whether that money is supposed to be with you in cash. For those of you who have physical stores where customer walks in to buy from you, and then the customer pays you in cash, right? So writing down the method of payments will help you know if the amount of money you are supposed to have in cash, and then the amount of money you are supposed to have in the bank, right? That is why I always recommend using an accounting software. It does all the work for you. It tells you the amount of money that you're supposed to have in cash, because when you are recording the sale, you will have told the software that this sale came in cash, so the software would automatically update the accounts for you. So when you are confused about the amount of money that you're supposed to have in cash, you can just easily go to the software to check how much you're supposed to have in cash. Okay, so method of payment is very, very important. The date the sale occurred, the name of the customer, the quantity that was bought, right? So you can write down these 6 things to note when you're recording your sale, right? Write them down. Now, other things to note, listen very carefully. This is very, very important. Revenue is earned, right? Someone type it in the chat box for me. Revenue is earned. I'm going to be explaining what this term means shortly. Type it in the chat box for me. Revenue is earned, right? So when you say revenue is earned, this means that you don't have sales does not occur when that good is bought for. Now, whatever it is that you sell, if you sell lingerie, for example, like Elizabeth that sells lingerie, revenue is, and thank you, Becky. If you have, for example, Elizabeth, if you sell lingerie to your customer now, and the customer tells you she's going to pay you later, she's going to pay you probably today is the 3rd of March, right? And the person tells you, I'm going to pay you on the 10th of March, right? That does not stop you from recording that sale. That does not stop you from recording that sale. That is the meaning of revenue is earned. That money does not have to enter your business before you record that sale. Am I making sense? Let me know in the chat box if I'm making sense. Right? That good does not have to be paid for before you record that sale. Even if the person does not pay you until the next 6 months, as long as that good has left your store, you have to record that sale. So if the sale occurred in March, that's when you are calculating your total income for March, that sale must be part of that income. That sale must be part of your income, your total income for the month of March. Even if that person doesn't pay you until maybe say April, or she doesn't pay you until June. Okay, that is one of the many mistakes that you make as a business owner, right? That is one of the mistakes. You think that until that customer pays you before you are supposed to record that sale. No, as long as the person has collected that good from you. Thank you, Shion, for this summary. The money doesn't have to be paid before you record the sale. As long as the goods has left your store, record the sale. It's part of the income for that month. I love this. I feel like pinning these comments. As long as that good has left your store, it is part of income for that month. You have to record it. Okay, so that is the meaning of the term revenue is earned. Now, revenue should be captured monthly. That's another important thing to note. Revenue should be captured monthly. Now, this mostly goes out to service-based business. I don't know if product-based business experiences this. If you're a product-based business that experiences this, let me know. But for service-based business, I know that it works a lot. I know, for example, if you run a school, if you run a laundry business, if you run a barbing salon, if you have service-based business, and then you have customers that pay you ahead. Now, for example, if you run a school, there are some if you run a school, there are some situations. Okay, for example, students pay for a term. Now they resume a new term, and then they pay for a term. Now when they pay you, if a parent pays you in September, you know that a term is both September, October, November, December. It means that that customer, that parent has paid you for 4 months, 4 months worth of service. Okay, so this means that that money that was paid in September is supposed to be divided between those 4 months. That money that was paid to you is not for just September. Now let me use another example. You own a barbing salon, and then you give your customers virtual card and what do they call it, voucher, right? You give your customers voucher. Now they buy this voucher from you. Some people buy 3 months worth voucher, some people buy 6 months worth of voucher from you. So when they buy this voucher from you, they are going to barb their hair. If the customer buys, for example, a 3 months voucher, it means that the customer can come into your store to barb hair for 3 months without paying. The person has paid for 3 months. Or if you have customers that come in and then they pay, the customer has paid you for 6 months. The customer bought a voucher worth 6 months. It means that for the next 6 months, the customer is not going to pay you any money. Thank you, Kehinde. It means that for the next 6 months, the customer is not going to pay you any money. That money, the moment that customer buys that voucher, don't go and record that sale as that month's income. For example, if the customer buys the voucher in March, we are in March, the customer buys that voucher in March. Now, it's for March, April, May, June, July, August. That is 6 months. So for 6 months, this man is just going to be coming into your shop to barb his hair without paying you. Now, that month in March, when that customer buys that voucher from you, you are supposed to divide that income within 6 months, right? So if the customer pays you, if per month you did your voucher to be like, let me say 20K per month, right? And then the customer has paid you for 6 months, which is 120K. So in March, the customer credited your account with 220,000 naira. That for the next 6 months though, I go just dey come barb my hair, I no go pay you any money, right? So that 120,000, you are supposed to divide it into each month. So you record 20K for the revenue for March, 20K for the revenue for April, 20K for the till you get to August, right? So when you are recording that sale, don't go and write 3rd of March I made 120K. No, you are hyping your sales. Oh, right? This really works for service-based business. Revenue should be captured monthly. Okay, am I making sense? Please give me a thumbs up in the comment section if I'm really making sense, if you are getting what I am saying. And by the way, this is another sales strategy for you. Okay, this is a sales strategy for you. If you're a service-based business here, this is one of the way you can mop up a lot of money for yourself. Sell voucher to your customers. Okay, sell voucher cards to your customers. If you own a school, you can encourage parents to pay you for two sections at a time. Okay, if you have thank you Muinat, thank you Jane. Please, I need more energy in the comment section. Give me a thumbs up if you're really enjoying this. If you own a if you own a laundry business too, if you own a spa, if you do pedicure and manicure, you can encourage your customers to pay ahead. You can encourage them to pay ahead. Okay, so this will help you to bring in more revenue. Adiza, thank you. I'm really feeling your energy. Thank you, Precious. Thank you, Chidima. This will encourage your customer. It will help you mop up a lot of money. So if there's any equipment that you are looking to get, it will make it easy for you to get it. Right, it will make it easy for you to get it. Now let's move on. That is all about sales. Now if you are using, you can use a table like this to record your sale. You can take a screenshot of this for future purpose. Right, so you can just make a table like this. Write date, the customer's name, item name that was bought. I just used all this as an example. Right, so I said it before, they are writing the customer's name because you want to track your loyal customers. You want to track those that are buying from you, so that when you're at the end of the year, you can share gifts to them. You can do loyalty program. Again, if you're using an accounting software, all of this will be done for you easily. Right, all of this will be done for you easy, because when you are recording the sale, you're already putting in the name of the customer. The software won't allow you go until you put in all of these things. Okay, then you write the item name that was bought, the quantity that was bought, the unit price. So this is where the amount comes in. So if one LV bag is 2,000 naira, I'm just saying for example, please don't come for me. I know every original LV bag can be 2K. So if one unit is 2,000 naira, so you can just you multiply it by the quantity to get the total, and then you track the payment method. Did the customer pay through bank transfer, or the customer paid via cash? Revenue is recognized when it is earned, and not necessarily when cash is received. Thank you, Ayodeji. I love that summary. Right, I love that summary. For those that are just coming in, you can see this. This is like the summary of what we have discussed. Okay, so you can have a table that looks like this to track all of these things. Now, aside from keeping your daily records, right? So after you have recorded your sales every day, you keep track of the amount of sales that you made it on each day. Now, at the end of the month, you want to keep a summary, right? A daily sales summary. So throughout of August, how much did you earn? So you go to your book, you look at all the amount of money that you have, all the amount of money you made on the, let's say on the 1st of March, you sold like 20 pieces of your products, right? You sold 20 pieces of your tote bag, for example. Then on the 2nd of March, you sold 5 pieces, you have recorded it. On the 3rd of March, you sold another like maybe 25 pieces. Okay, now at the end of the month, you want to do a summary. Throughout on the 1st, how much did I make? Throughout on the 2nd, how much did I make? Throughout on the 3rd, how much did I make? Okay, so you have to go back to your records and calculate them one by one, because I know that when you are recording that sale, you can write, maybe like in the morning someone bought from you quickly wrote it down. Then in the afternoon, to make it easier, if you are using a notebook, have this table, have it ruled already. You can just have a book that you have already ruled all of these things down. So you write the dates here, you write the customer name, so that it's easy for you. You can just, once you make that sale, you can quickly open your book and just quickly scribble it down. Right, you don't have to start thinking that what do I want to write. You just follow the format and quickly scribble it. Okay, so So after you have scribbled it, at the end of the month, you want to put together all the amount of money that you made on the first, all the amount of money that you made on the second, all the amount of money till you get to the end of the month before you now add everything together. Okay, so this will be like a daily sales summary for that month, right? So that's all about sales. I hope you did a screenshot of those table. You can use it to keep your records, right? So now the next thing is expenses. Now when you are keeping track of your expenses, you want to write down the dates, just like your sales. So you can have a book separately for sales, or you should have a book separately for sales, and then you should have a book separately for your expenses, right? Have a book separately for your expenses. Now when you're recording your expenses, you want to write down the date, the payment method, the amount, the expense category. I'm going to share with you some expense category shortly. So expense category just means that you're categorizing your expenses instead of just scattering everything. So you can categorize some under staff welfare, you can categorize them under salaries, data, rent, you know, just for it to make sense, right? So you write the payment method, the amount of money that you spent, the expenses, and then the expense description. So expense description, you're just telling us what you use that money for, right? So you just want to make it a bit detailed so that when you're looking at the record and you're like, I spent 15K. What did I really use this money for? So this expense description will guide you. Okay, so other things to note: expenses are incurred, right? Expenses are incurred, just as I mentioned in sales, that revenue is earned. So expenses are incurred. It's just like the same thing, which means that whether you have paid for your expenses or not, it has to be recorded. Whether you have paid for that expense or not, it has to be recorded. So if you have someone come to repair a machine in your store, if a fashion designer, for example. Okay, welcome, Miss Olivia. So if you employ the services of someone to come and repair your machine, for example, and you did not pay that person, or those of you that used to do data, you buy data from MTN and you have not yet paid. As long as you are using that data for your business, you have to record it whether you have paid for it or not. So that is the meaning of expenses are incurred. Please write it in the chat box for me. Expenses are incurred, not necessarily paid for. Expenses are incurred, not necessarily paid for. It is not until you pay for that expense that you record it. Immediately you have incurred that expense, you have to write it down. Please put it in chat box for me. Expenses are incurred. Yes, expenses are incurred, not necessarily paid for. Expenses are incurred, not necessarily paid for. So you have to record it immediately, right? You record it immediately. Then another thing for you to notice also, that expenses should be captured monthly, right? Expenses should be captured monthly. Your rent, your data, your subscription. When you make these expenses, you divide them into monthly expense. So if you paid rent, for example, you paid for a year. Usually rent are usually paid for like 6 months. You pay rent for like 6 months, 12 months. So when you pay for this expense, you divide it into monthly expense. So if you paid for rent in September, for example, and your rent will not expire to the following year, August, every month you divide that amount that you paid. Even though you paid it in September, you have to divide it by the number of months that you have paid for, and then you record it per month. Okay, record your expenses per month. If you got my ebook, understanding your expenses as a small business owner, I'm sure you will understand this thing. Okay, you should divide it into a monthly expense, just the same way you are supposed to divide. Yes, have a separate book for your expenses. Thank you, Shil. So you divide your expenses into monthly expenses, okay? Now I think I have a table here too. Okay, so this is our expense categories that I wrote down. We have rent, repairs and maintenance, salaries and wages, IT and internet, transportation, meals and entertainment, fuel and diesel, advertising and marketing. So if you do Facebook ads now, or if you pay for influencers, you categorize everything under advertising and marketing. Okay, bank charges. This is one expenses that a lot of you ignore. When money comes into your account and bank deducts money, you're supposed to record it. It is an expense because the money has left your business account. Mind you, I hope all of you have business accounts separately from your personal account. You don't want to be caught spending money from your personal money, from your business money rather. Yes, divide your expenses into monthly expense. Right, another expenses that a lot of you ignore is depreciation expense. I explained this one in my ebook too. Right, so another one is electricity, printing and stationery, telephone expense, subscription, service charge, security, water, welfare, generating running cost and software. Okay, so you categorize your expenses into categories. Okay, we are done with expenses. Now we are going to be moving into purchases. Let me know in the comment section if you understand the expenses, how to record your expenses. You understand the expenses in Incure, just tell me I understand in the comment section before we move into purchases. Let me know in the comment section if you understand of expenses. Okay, ready? You understand, Inioluwa? Thank you. I need more responses. Do you understand? Should we move on? Let me know. Type I understand in the comment section. Okay, understood. Okay, great. Eminence Adiza, thank you. Okay. Now, whatever business you have, I'm sure that everything that we have been talking about relates to your business. We have talked about sales. No matter the kind of business you run, you would understand sales, how to record your sales perfectly now. Okay, so bookkeeping is unique to each business, right? Is unique to each business, right? What works for A might not necessarily work for B. So all these things that I'm teaching you, I just want you to sit down back and pick the one that relates to your business and then use it. Okay, pick the one that relates to your business and use it. Right, okay, so let's move on. Now I want to talk about recording your purchases. How to record your purchases. So what is purchases? Purchases is when you buy raw materials. Purchases is when you restock your products. Purchases is different from expenses. Oh, Miss Olivia, don't worry, you will catch up on the replay. I'm going to send out the replay. Okay, I will send out the replay. Okay, welcome, Pani. Welcome. I missed the sales record part. You will catch up. You will catch up. I'm going to send the replay to everyone. Okay, so let's just go out. Let's just move on. Now, I said purchases is different from your expenses. So when you go to buy raw materials in the market, when you go to restock your products, for example, Elizabeth says she sells laundry. I don't know why that seems to stick in my head. So if you go to buy to restock your lingerie, you go to the market to buy new products. You have not made expenses, that is purchases. Now the main difference between purchases and expenses is that purchases still brings in money for the business, right? Purchases will bring in money for the business in future, while expenses would not bring in money for you. Once they have spent the money, it has gone, right? Once you have spent the money, it has gone. But purchases will still bring in money for the business, because if you buy raw materials, you are still going to use that raw materials to produce goods that you will still resell, that will bring in money again, right? If you buy um your goods, if you restock your goods, you are still going to sell those goods that will bring in more money, that will still bring in more money for the business later on. You're still going to resell those goods and you're still going to bring in more money, right? So purchases is different from expenses. Now when you are recording your purchase, you don't record it as sales and you don't record it under your expenses. Purchases should only affect your cash flow. What does this mean? I'm still going to talk about cash flow more in this webinar, but when you are recording your cash flow, it should only your purchases, it should only affect your cash flow. That is only going to show that money has left the business. Okay, is only going to show that money has left your bank account when you make a purchase, but it's not going to show in your income statement. That is when you are calculating your profit and loss at the end of the month. Purchases will not be there. Purchases will not be there. The only thing that would show there is your income. The only thing that will show in your profit and loss statement. Thank you, Inyoluwa. Purchases brings in money for the business while expenses doesn't. Restocking falls under category of purchases. Purchases should only affect your cash flow, right? Purchases should only affect your cash flow. What was I saying? Okay, I was saying that when you are calculating your profit or loss statement, the only thing that will show is your total income and your total expenses, right? The only thing that will show is your total income and then all your expenses. There are various expenses. I'm going to show you everything. I'm going to even show you a typical profit or loss statement here on this in this section. Okay, so that is why I always recommend that you use a software, because as a business owner, you already have a lot in your head that you're dealing with. You are trying to make sales, you are trying to post online, you are trying to meet up with customers. You have a lot of things that is already going on in your head. So the easiest thing for you to do is to use an accounting software that can help you capture all these things, right? It only requires little effort from you, and that effort is just for you to enter it. That is why I already talked about how to record your sales correctly, how to record your expenses correctly. Depreciation cannot be categorized as expenses as it is not a tax allowable. You have to deduct depreciation for your assets from your income, Ayodeji. I'm coming to that. You deduct depreciation from your total sales, depreciation of your assets. Okay, so I said that purchases will not show in your total in your income when you're calculating your income and expenses, even though money has left the business, right? Okay, so let's move on. But before we move on, let me know if you now understand purchases. If you now understand purchases and you know that purchases will not show in your income and expenses, it would only affect your cash flow. Are you getting it? Are you learning something already? Let me know in the comment section. Let me know in the comment section if you understand it. Okay, great. Victoria and Tijani. Okay. So what you should do when you want to record your purchases is just to go to your cash flow, go to the amount of money that you're supposed to have in your bank account, and then you deduct it. Okay. Okay, so now that we have talked about sales, we have talked about expenses, we have talked about purchases. So I guess these are the three important aspects of the business. Okay. Now the next thing I want to talk about is how to calculate your profit or loss statement. How to calculate your profit or loss. How to calculate. Yes. No. Temiloluwa, buying a laptop for your business is not a purchases. When you buy a laptop, you have bought an asset for the business. When you buy a laptop, you have bought an asset for the business. Now, money has left the business, but you should not go and record the amount of money that you bought, that you used in buying. Okay, I start this. Let me just start it. So I'm going to come back to all these questions. Buying packaging material should be recorded. Okay, let me start this too. Okay, once I see any questions. Yes, Miss Olivia, your purchases should only affect your cash flow. So when I see any question, I'm going to start with so that we can attend to it at the end of the section. Okay. So let me just continue. So I said that we are going to be talking about profit or loss statement. I was saying something before. Okay, I've forgotten. Let me just move on. So that's why I didn't want to attend to questions now, so I won't forget what I'm saying. Okay, so how do we calculate our profit or loss statement? You need five important elements to consider when you are calculating your profit or loss. Okay, so you need your total sales, your cost of goods sold, your gross profit, your operating expenses, and your net profit. So I'm going to be taking all of this one after the other, and I'm going to be explaining them, right? Okay, so the first thing is your total sales. We've already talked about sales before. And I've already talked about the mistake that you make when you are recording your sales and how to record your sales properly. So I'm saying these things because even if you are using an accounting software and you are putting in the wrong number into the software is going to be generating a wrong profit or loss statement for you. Right? The software is going to generate a wrong profit or loss statement for you. So the software will be generating the wrong thing for you, right? So you want to ensure that even if whatever it is that you are doing, whether you are doing manual bookkeeping or whether you are using an accounting software that is automating these things for you want to ensure that you are doing the right thing. That is why I mentioned all the mistakes that you might be making when doing these things. Okay. So the total sales is the total monetary value of products or services sold in a month, right? So you add all the amount of money that you have made in a month. I don't think this should be an issue, and I've already highlighted your mistakes for you already. So I'm using an example to say that, let's say that in the month of March we made 600,000 naira in sales. Okay, in the month of March we made 600,000 naira in sales, right? Now the next element is cost of goods sold. The next element is cost of goods sold. So what is cost of goods sold? Cost of this goods sold is the cost of purchasing or producing the goods that you have sold in a particular month. Now, when you produce your products or when you buy new products, when you restock your products, what is the cost of producing that goods? Or what is the cost of purchasing those goods? Right? So this is what you are going to categorize under your cost of goods sold. So you're going to write it. For example, now if I sell notebooks, for example, and I buy 20 notebooks for 2,000 naira, the cost of one notebook will be 2,000 naira divided by 20. Okay, so one notebook is 200 naira. Now when I sell 10 pieces of this notebook in a month, that is 200 naira times 10. I have earned 2,000 naira. Okay, I have earned 2,000 naira, and I'm now going to subtract the cost of buying these goods from my sales. I don't know if I'm making sense. So cost of goods sold is literally the cost of producing or purchasing your goods. Please let me know in the comment section if you understand what cost of goods sold is. The cost of producing or purchasing your goods. Okay, thank you. I want to make sure that I'm driving home the point. I want to ensure that you're actually getting what I'm saying. Okay? So I made an example here that says if you bought 50 pieces of shoes, and you sold 20, and if the cost of one shoe is 10,000 naira, so your cost of goods sold will be 10,000 naira times 20, which is 200,000 naira. Note that the cost of goods sold you'll be using in your profit or loss statement should only be the amount of goods that you have sold. So even if you have 50 pieces of that product in store, yes, the price at which you get your goods. So even if you have 50 pieces of that product in store and you have sold 20, when you are calculating your cost of goods sold, you are only going to use the cost of 20, not the cost of everything. Take note, you are only going to use the cost of the number of goods that you have sold already. Please let me know in the comment section. I need the energy. We have 53 people right now on the section. Let me know in the comment section if you understand. So important points to note is that it is the price at which you get your goods, just like Eminent Saint just mentioned. And you should only use the goods that you have bought, the goods that you have sold. Let me know in the comment section if you understand. Okay, let's move on. Now, after you have gotten your total sales, and then you have written down the cost of those goods that you sold in that month, now you're not going to get your gross profit. Your gross profit is simply your total sales minus your cost of goods sold. Total sales minus your cost of goods sold. Okay, so that is your gross profit. This is the profit after deducting your total sales from your cost of goods sold. I am sure this is where, yes, you calculate your profits per month. You calculate your profits per month. So this is where most of you stop. Once you just deduct your sales from your expenses, you feel that you have gotten your profit. No, this is only your gross profit. This is not the main profit. So from the examples that we have been that have been using, from the example that I've been using, our total sales is 600K, and our cost of goods sold is 200,000 naira. So our gross profit is 400,000 naira. But this 400,000 naira is not your main profit, right? The 400,000 naira is not your main profit. So now we are going to go to the next one, which is operating expenses. I hope the gross profit is making sense. You're not mixed up with the gross profit. It's very simple. Once you deduct your sales from your expenses, you have gotten your gross profit. So keep it in mind that what you got is your gross profit and not the main profit of your business. Okay? Now, the next thing, the next element is your operating expenses. So I mentioned that the operating expenses are those expenses you incur in running the day-to-day activities of your business. So you know that aside from the fact that you go to the market to buy your goods, you also spend money on data, you spend money on electricity if you have a physical store, you spend money on salaries, on paying salaries, right? You spend money on different things in your business. Please give me an example of things that you spend money on in your business, things that help you in running the day-to-day activities of your business, your operating expenses. Drop it in the chat box for me. Miss Olivia, you didn't get the gross profit. Okay, let me quickly do a recap. So I said that the gross profit is simply deducting your sales from your cost of goods sold, right? I have mentioned sales, I have mentioned cost of goods sold. So your gross profit is when you deduct the gross profit is when you deduct um your cost of goods sold minus from your sale. So I said in the example here, 600,000 naira is our sales. It's just an example. And then our cost of goods sold is 200,000 naira. So once you just deduct your cost of goods sold from your total sales, you have gotten your gross profit. So I said that this gross profit is not the main profit of your business. This is where most business owners stop, and you think that you are making a profit of 400,000 naira. No, this is not the profit that you have made, right? This is not the profit that you have made. Okay, Miss Olivia, do you understand now? Okay, yes. Transportation, very good. That's an example of operating expenses. When you go to the market, you spend money to go to the market to buy goods. Data, that's another good example. Fueling, yes, you buy fuel. Once you buy fuel, that's an example. Transportation, fuel, expenses are incurred. Yes, data, salaries, fueling if you use generator, transportation. Yes, please, someone asked earlier. I will answer this question at the end. Maria, I will answer the question. Okay, okay, so I don't digress. Dispatch rider, yes, that's another form of expense, but it depends. If the customer is paying for the dispatch rider, then the expenses is not on you o. But if you are the one that you are paying for the delivery, then the expense is on you. When you are doing free delivery, doing your sales, so that expense is from you. For that month, you are supposed to deduct all the amount of money that you spent paying dispatch rider, paying for delivery by yourself. You should deduct it from your total sales, right? Rent, yes, that's another good example. Data and transportation, yes. So all of this money, you spend them for you to run a sustainable business, in running the day-to-day aspect of your business. So after you have gotten your gross profit, you're supposed to now deduct all these expenses from your gross profits, right? You're not supposed to deduct all these expenses. I'm going to show you an example where I put everything together, so it's going to make sense, right? So you're supposed to deduct all these operating expenses from your gross profit. So for this example, let's say our total operating expenses for this month is 150,000 naira. That is the amount I spent on salaries, the amount I spent on electricity, on rent. Everything amounts to 150,000 naira. So everything should amount to 150,000 naira. Okay. Now depreciation expense is one expense that a lot of business owner leave out. Depreciation expense is one of those expenses that you leave out. And then this comes in when you buy assets for your business. So if you go to the market to buy a laptop for your business, for example, you're supposed to, when you buy that asset, You don't go to record it as an expenses straight up. No, it's going to look as if it's going to look as if you did not make enough profit in that month, right? So for example, now I go to the market to buy a laptop, 250k. I now come and record it, bam, I bought laptop 250k. So it's going to be looking like in that month you did not make any profit. No, that is not the way to do it. You're supposed to calculate depreciation for that asset. I explained depreciation in my ebook, understanding your expenses as a small business owner. It's just 1,000 naira, right? You are supposed to calculate depreciation for that asset. Now it is that depreciation amount that you are going to be deducting from your total sales every month. Okay, it is that depreciation amount that you are going to be deduct. So if you have assets in your business, ensure that you calculate the depreciation of those assets and then you deduct it from your total sales every month. Okay, now from my example, I'm saying that 150,000 naira is our total operating expenses, right? So the last element is your net profit. Okay, so the net profit, this is what I refer to as the real profit of your business. Your net profit is the real profit of your business. Okay, so to determine the net profit, all you need to do is to subtract your total operating expenses from your gross profit. Okay, so you have written your total sales, you have deducted your cost of goods sold from your total sales, you got your gross profit. Now you are going to deduct your operating expenses from your gross profit, and that will give you your net profit. So that is the main profit of your business. Now our gross profit from this example is 400,000 naira, and I deducted 150,000 naira, which is our operating expenses, and it gives me 250,000 naira. So this 250,000 naira is your net profit. So this is the main profit that you gained in that month. This is the main profit that you earned in that month. Do we understand now? Let me know in the chat box if you understand. Great. Bisola, thank you. Now, so this is the summary of everything. Your total sales 600k, cost of goods sold 200k. Now the gross profit is when you now deduct your total sales, your cost of goods sold some from your total sales, which is 400k. That is your gross profit. Now the total operating expenses is 150k, and then you deduct it from this 400,000 naira to give you your net profit, which is 250,000 naira. How do you feel right now? Are you feeling pumped? Are you feeling pumped presently? Do you feel like you really understand now how to do your bookkeeping right, how to get your profits? You can now sit down and calculate your profits very well. Thank you. I'm glad that you guys are learning. Okay, so before I move on, I would like to quickly explain cash flow. I mentioned cash flow earlier at the beginning of this section. So cash flow simply means the amount of money that comes in and out of your business. Okay, money flows in your business in form of sales. Maybe you got loan from people, or you put your own personal money into the business. As long as money is flowing inside in one way or the other, money has entered into your business account. So that is cash flow. Okay, then cash flows out in forms of expenses, and then when you make purchases, right? When you make purchases, if you're a school, for example, you went to market to buy books that you want to sell to your students, money has flowed out of the business. If you paid rent, money has also flowed out of your business. So money flows out in form of expenses and in form of purchases. Now I believe that this cash flow is what confuses so many business owners. You just get to a point that you just feel confused. Money is just going in and out. I don't even understand again. Tell me, have you ever felt this way before as a business owner? Tell me in the comment section. Money is just going out and coming in. I don't even know which is which. I don't understand. You start pressing calculator, start pressing it, and you start racking your brain. Some would even be having sleepless nights. Cash flow is something that you really need to understand. The other time when I was talking about you selling vouchers as a service-based business to your customers, this is one way that you can increase your cash flow. It's very good for a business owner to have high cash flow. Okay, this is a way for you to increase your cash flow as a business owner. Mrs. Olivia, yes, it happens because yes, money flows in. You keep having, you don't understand. Your head is just hot. Let me know in the comment section if you feel this way too. Your head is just hot. You just wish something can just give you a clear understanding of all these things. And that is why, as much as possible, I don't recommend manual bookkeeping. That is why, as much as possible, the flowing out is the most depressing. Most, yes, money just going out before you have 300K, and before you know it, the money is just remaining 50K, and you're just panicking that, oh God, where did all this money go to? Cash flow is you need to understand your cash flow. You need to understand your cash flow, and that is why if you are still using manual bookkeeping, it will still you keep getting headache, because you just keep punching the calculator. And I always recommend using an accounting software. Bookkeeping can be easy, right? I say it a lot. Bookkeeping can be easy. Please type it in the comment section for me. Bookkeeping can be easy. It doesn't have to be stressful. It doesn't have to be boring, right? It doesn't have to be stressful. It doesn't have to be boring. It is something that you can do easily. Type it in the chat for me. Bookkeeping can be easy. Yes, so I understand, Aminat. It's really terrible and frustrating. Bookkeeping can be easy. It doesn't have to be a hassle. You don't have to sit down and be racking your brain that where did all this money go to. If you use an accounting software, everything will be done for you easily. Okay? But if you keep sticking to if you keep sticking to the manual method of writing, before you know it, you start. In fact, imagine that you are using a manual bookkeeping method now, and at the end of 1 year, at the end of 1 year, I'm coming. At the end of 1 year, before you know it now, books are few. You have like 20 books that you have used to write book. You have used to record your sales. Before you have book again to record your expenses. The books can even get missing. Anything can happen. That is why I recommend using an accounting software, and I have taught people how to use accounting softwares. I've taught so many people how to use an accounting software that can make it easy for them, right? This accounting software, I've used it myself. From last year. Yeah, I mentioned earlier that I've worked with businesses. So while I was using this software, I struggled with it actually. In fact, the first person that I used this software for, I it took me like 2 months to be able to get a grasp of the accounting software. And I know that that is the reason why so many business owners shy away from using it, because they don't even understand. When they get to the interface of the software, they don't understand, right? They don't even understand. If this account, I recommend Zoho Books. Even if you run online business, Mrs. Olivia, you can still use this accounting software. I recommend Zoho Books, and I've taught Zoho Books to so many people. My course, record keeping course for small business owners, is a course that encompasses everything that I have taught in this section, right? from the beginning, this software is a bookkeeping software, is an accounting software. Now, one of the reasons why I recommend this software is that it is cloud based. That is, it stores all your records in the cloud. You know how you have, how Facebook will give you memory of 10 years ago. Yes, even if you're using your laptop spoil, oh, your phone spoil, oh, as long as you log back into this software, you will find all your records in it. The accounting software is Zoho Books. So as I was saying, I use this software. I used it last year for my clients, and it took me a long time to be able to figure out how this software works. Yes, so Zoho Books. And so when I eventually figured it out, I I decided to teach so many people, other business owners, how to use this software. This software is amazing. I'm going to be showing you the kind of graphs, the kind of charts that you'll be having as a small business owner, right? I'm going to show you shortly. So I taught business owners how to use this software from scratch, from how to sign up, from how to record your sale. If the customer is owing you, I have people that even the customer, when a customer buys from them, they pay part payments. Right? Presently, I have a client that sells, she does crocheting, right? So, and then she has clients that she sells her products for about 100K, 120K, one down for 100K. And so when people buy this dress from her, some people they pay in installments, some people will pay 50K and then they'll come back to pay the remaining 70K. So I use this software for her. I just enter, I tell the software that this person has paid me 50K and it's remaining 70K. This software would keep record of everybody that is owing. And so I will just go to their tab and click on it, and then I will show her that, see, these are the amount of people that are still owing you. Let me quickly go to, okay. Can you let me know, can you see this tab where you can see start accepting online payments? Can you see it? So look at that total receivable part. That is the amount of money that they are owing this person. So once I click on it now, it's going to give me a breakdown of everybody that is owing. Yes, Mrs. Olivia, you can use it on your phone. You can see a breakdown of everybody that is owing you. You don't have to stress yourself. This software is one of the best that I have used out there. It stores your record for you in the cloud, and it makes record. The only thing you need to do, just come in, write your sales and write your expenses. Shikena, your profit and loss statement is calculating. Everything is calculating. The cost is 6,300 nairas. Send me a DM on WhatsApp if you would like to get the cost tonight. And if you buy the course tonight, I'm also going to give you, oh, maybe it's still loading up, Madinot, please give it time. Maybe it's still loading up. So this is the course outline of the things that I taught inside the software. I did introduction to the interface, so I explained everything inside the software one after the other, what they mean and what you should expect inside each tab. I also taught the software is free. They have a free version. Okay, they have a free version, and I teach how to use the free. I use the free version. Okay, I'm going to teach you how to use the free version. Everything, in fact, the software is free. They have a paid version though, but I use the free version presently. The paid version is about 2,250 per month. Okay, so I feel that it is even cheap, but with the free version you can do almost everything, right? How to record your sales, how to create expenses and recurring expenses. Now this is where the paid this recurring expenses is the only thing that you will need in the paid version, right? These recurring expenses as a small business owner, and that is if you want to make it a lot easier, a lot more easier for you. Now these recurring expenses are those expenses that you use, that you pay every month. For like example, like rent. You know, I mentioned that when you are recording your rent, you record it monthly, but you would have paid for that rent for a whole year, right? You would have paid for that rent for a whole year, but you want the you can tell the software that every month add 50K for me as my rent expense. The software will do it for you automatically. Just tell him that every 26th of the month, record for me rent. I also did this for depreciation expenses for my clients. So I had already calculated the depreciation expense and I've already entered it into the software. So I just told the software every month deduct this amount for us for depreciation expense, deduct this amount for us for salary, and the software does it for us automatically. But if you cannot afford that 2,250, what you can do is to enter it manually yourself. When you are recording other expenses, enter that expense manually shikena. Just like the only thing you need to do is to write your sales and expenses. So instead of you writing it in a book, type it inside your phone and save it inside that software. Okay, so I also teach how to record when the customer pays ahead inside the software. So for those of you who are service-based business and then you have customers who pay ahead, right? There recently, one of the people that bought the course from me, she sent me a testimonial that before, when customers buy from her, when our client, she's a social media marketer, so she has people who pays her for like 3 months, they pay her for like 4 months, right? So for her to work with them. So once they pay her like that, she'll just record it for sale for that month. So it was when she got my course that funniest part was she was already using Zoho books before. So this is where I said that even if you use an accounting software and you're putting in the wrong information inside the software, you'll be generating the wrong profit or loss statement. All right. So she used to tell the software before that I have earned 120K for 3 months, of which she's supposed to record 40K for different months. So how you should do it inside the software, I explained it. How to record the purchase of a new asset and account for depreciation inside the software, I also explained it. How to record other sources of income, how to record the purchase of new stock or raw material. So for product based businesses, I also taught Zoho inventory. So Zoho books also have an inventory software too. So how to use the free version of Zoho inventory too, I explained it. So if you want to track inventory, if you want to record that you have just purchased new raw materials, or you want to record that you have restocked your goods, right? So there's a cash flow. I'm going to show you the cash flow chart soon. So you're going to see this chart is going to show you the relationship between your flow in each month. Okay, how to manage discounts. This is very important. It's not showing clearly. I hope you can see it now, but I can't see your comments So I also talked about how to manage discounts in the software. So for those of you that used to give discounts to your customer, instead of you now recalculating it and trying to now calculate what your new total income is, you can easily enter discount into the software and it's going to calculate it for you, calculate your total sales for you automatically based on the discount. And the most beautiful part is that the software will now even record it. The most beautiful part is that the software will now record in your expenses. It's going to show you the total amount of money that you lost in discounts. Yes, it's going to show you the total amount of money that you lost in discounts, right? So it's also going to help you track your debtors, and it's also going to help you generate and understand. I also taught you how to generate and understand your profit or loss statement inside the software. Okay. Now this is the chart I was talking about. Please, can you guys see this flow chart, this cash flow chart? So you will having this kind of chat. Just imagine that you want to put in for a grant. You want to put in for a grant, and then you send this chat alongside your proposal, explaining to those people who wants to give you the grant how your business have made money throughout the year. This will even give you a higher chance of winning the grant compared to other business owners. You're not going to be like a regular business owner again. Can you see the chart? On the left hand side of the chart here, you're going to see all the money that has come into your money. It's going to be clear. All the amount of money that has entered into your business and all the money that you have spent. You can even filter it and say, show me the one that I have spent, all the money that I earned last year and all the money that I earned this year. Okay, the chart is going to show you. Let me know in the comment section if you can see this chart. Let me know in the comments if you can view this chart, if you can see the chart. Welcome, Malam Jamiu. It's not clear. Okay, how about now? Can you see it now? Yeah, it's not clear. Oh wow. It was a screenshot from the software, so maybe that's why it's not clear. It was a screenshot from the software. Let me quickly check. How about now? But you can see the graph chart that I'm talking about. Is it a bit clearer now? Okay, see, you can see it. Okay, so just imagine that you are putting in for a grant, and then you add this chart to it. It increases your chance of getting the graph because it shows that you're a serious business owner. Okay, so this is another chart. See, this will be your income and expenses chart, right? So this one will show you the relationship between your income and expenses for each month, right? So you can easily see here the the months where you have higher income and then the months where you have. Okay, okay, now is the graph that I really want you to see. So I always want to show you the kind of graph that you're going to be having as a business owner if you use this software, right? So these are the kind of graph that you can share with people, right? And it can also give you, and it can also show you a clear view, right, of the amount of money that you have made. This one is income and expenses. The green color is your income, and then the yellow is the expenses. Down here you can see your total income for the month, for the year, is adding up automatically, right? And then the total expenses for the year too is also adding up automatically. So this software makes bookkeeping so easy for a business owner. right? So this is the profit or loss statement, the kind of profit or loss statement that you can also download as a business owner. You can download it as a PDF. You can share it with people from the software. The software, you can use it both on your laptop, you can use it on your phone. It makes bookkeeping so easy for you, right? And I've recorded a course that teaches how to use all of these things, how to use the software for free, right? I created a course how to use the software. The course is just 6,300 naira. Send me a DM tonight if you would like to get it, right? And everybody, anyone who pays this night, anyone who pays this night, I'm also going to give them this ebook for free, right? I have an ebook that I wrote that teaches how to pay yourself a salary as a business owner, right? How to separate yourself from your business. You create a business account, how to pay yourself a salary from that business, because one of the things that kills a business faster is you spending from your business money. And we that we are here, we want to be responsible business owners. Yes, Aisha, the software is free. The software is free to use. Okay, we that we are here, we are responsible business owner. We don't want to be spending from our business money. You are separating yourself from your business, right? So I wrote a step by step guide. I sell this ebook for 2,700 naira, but I'm going to be giving it for free for anybody who buys tonight, who buys record keeping course tonight. Only tonight, I'm going to give you this book for free. Okay? So let me know in the comments if you are interested, if you like to get this course, and if you like to get this ebook for free too. Let me know in the comments. So I can let me know in the comment section if you would like to have this software and make your bookkeeping so easy. If you want your bookkeeping to be easy, let me know in the comment section if you would like to use this software and make your bookkeeping very, very easy. Is this software something you would like to have? Is this software something you would like to use? When I was using the software, when I just started using the software, I had um an issue with it. In fact, I had to delete all the records that I've entered into it from time to time, because I could not I was making a lot of mistakes. So I'm going to save you from all of these mistakes, from all the back and forth, right? And then teach you step by step how to use this software. Doyi, is one ebook, but you are going to learn a lot from that ebook. And I also need to mention that in the course, right? Because I created the course last year, December. So I added two bonuses to the course. So aside from, the software is free. Call Spring, the software is free. You can use it for free. I taught how to use the software for free. Okay, so um I also added two bonuses to the course, because I created this course last year December, around December time, right? Okay, so because I created it at the end of the year, I added how to plan a new year in the business. How to plan a new year, right? So at the end of the year, how do you plan for a new year in your business? How do you create sales targets for yourself? How do you devise these sales targets into monthly, daily, and weekly goals? Okay, I discussed extensively how to do this. And I also talked about tips and tricks to grow your small business, right? What do you do from the beginning? What are those steps you should take in order to grow your small business from being a very small business into being an international business? And no, this course does not come with a one-on-one, but there is a there is a group for those that have bought, where you can ask questions and I will attend to them. Okay, there is a group where you can ask questions on Telegram. The course is on Telegram. The course is on Telegram. So I also created a Telegram group for us to discuss, to rub mind. You can ask questions, I will attend to them, but it does not come with a one-on-one service. Okay, I've had CEOs who haven't bought this course for their staffs. Okay, they did not take the course themselves. No, it's one of just once. Once you pay it once, you are going to be logged in into the course, into the platform, and then you can watch it and then use the software for free. Right? You can use the software for free. It's a one-time payment. It's a one-time payment. I'm going to send a DM tonight to everyone who is showing interest. I'm going to send you a DM, and then if you make payments tonight, I'm also going to give you my ebook for free, right? I'm also going to give you my ebook for free. Okay, so if you have any questions, please let me know so I can attend to them. Um, I have quite a few that I have started here. Okay, Adebute says, as a graphics designer, if I get a new laptop, that is a purchase device. Okay, I've talked about what you should do if you have a new laptop. That means that you are getting a an asset for your business, right? So if you have gotten an asset for your business, don't go and record it as an expenses, right? Like I explained earlier, don't record it as an expenses. It's only going to show that you have not made any profits. It's going to reduce your profits for that month, right? So what you should do is to calculate the depreciation of for that asset, right? Calculate depreciation for that asset. I also explain depreciation of assets in my course, right? So it is the depreciation amounts that you are going to be deducting as an expense, depreciation expense every month. Okay, do you understand, Teminoluwa? Please let me know if you understand my explanation, if you are still on the live. Okay, so another question is buying packaging nylons should be recorded under purchases, right? Okay, buying packaging nylon is actually an expense. Okay, buying packaging nylon is an expenses, but what you should do, what I recommend business owners, what I recommend you to do. Sorry, sorry, Papa. What I Yes, whether you don't have any knowledge of accounting, ah, well, it has a lot of bonuses already. I've already added the Timipa. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly. I've already added a lot of bonuses to it, right? So that is why you are getting value for the money. You are getting value for your money. Okay, doing, yes, it can work whether you have no prior knowledge of accounting, and that is why I am teaching you how to use an accounting software. So I took it step by step, from logging into the software to recording your sales, step by step process, and then you can rewatch over and over again as much as you like, and then you can ask questions if you don't understand, right? So I'll be there for you. Anything you don't understand, I'll put you through. But the course is detailed. It's like I'm holding your hand through the software. Okay? Rafi, I will send you a DM. Okay, thank you, Adiza. Thank you. Well, Miss Olivia, I don't understand what you mean. Okay, thank you, Demiloluwa. What you mean by investment? Asset is when you buy anything that can serve the business for a long-term period, right? So if you buy, Miss Olivia, what do you do? What do you do so that I can give you an example of assets in your business? Okay, Gideon, I'll send DM to everyone who shows interest tonight. So I'm going to um so that you can get the free gift as well. Okay, Mr. Oliver, please give me an example of assets in your business so that I can give you, I mean, what do you do? What does your business do? What do you do rather? Sorry. So I can give you example of an asset. Okay. Okay, so I was talking about buying packaging nylons, right? So if you buy packaging nylons, what I advise is you add it to your cost of goods sold, right? So what the reason is that now if you sell one product, for example, if I sell this book now, each book will go with a nylon, right? Each book will go to a nylon. So add it to the cost of that good, right? So I always tell my clients, add your packaging nylon to the cost of that goods, because cost of goods is literally anything that you can um that you cannot produce your goods without. Anything that you cannot produce your goods without it is your cost of goods sold. So your goods cannot go out without a packaging. Your goods cannot go out without a packaging, right? So add it to your cost of goods sold. You're an air vendor, you sell air. Okay, do you have shelves in your store? Do you have shelves where you hang your air? Do you have mannequin? Anything that can serve your business for a very long period of time is your anything that will serve your business for a long period of time is your assets, Mrs. Olivia. That is what asset is. Anything that will serve your business for a long period of time. So I mentioned shelves, I mentioned what else is it again? Mannequin. I know air vendors use mannequin that you place the air on, right? Even your phone is an asset to the business, right? So Doyin says, how do we know where to categorize what expense and expense? Yes, the software will show you various expense categories. Let me quickly go to the software and show you expenses. New expense. Okay. So this is my I'm sharing my screen now. Can you see it? So I'm going to show you the drop down right now. So let me know if you can see this. You can see various expense categories. Oh, it has gone. Yes, wig cap. Wig cap is an asset. It's going to serve your business for a long period of time. So that is an asset. It's different from investment. Yes, there is a replay doing. There is a replay. I'm going to share the link of the replay section with everybody. So this is expense categories inside the software. If there is any expense category that relates to your business but is not inside the software, I also explained how to add it inside the course, right? How to add new expense categories. Let me see any other examples. Okay, paying questions. Paying tax should be categorized under expenses. Yes, if it is an income tax, right? If it's an income tax, for example, those of you who pay tax for your staffs, right? If you pay tax, if you after paying salaries to your staffs, you deduct tax from that money, right? Or and then the tax you also pay on yourself. Income tax, generally income tax is an expense to the business, right? Because money is going out, so it should be recorded as an expense. That means you calculate, yes, you calculate your profit and loss every month. You calculate it every month. Please, someone asked either earlier, the nylon you buy to okay, I've explained this before. Packaging materials, add it to your cost of goods sold, right? Just divide the amount of packaging materials that you have bought. So if you bought 100 pieces of nylon for 10,000 naira, just divide that 10,000 naira divided by 100. That will give you the cost of one packaging material. It gives you the cost of one packaging material. Now you are just going to add that money to your cost of goods sold. Please, should credit sales be part of, yes, credit sales should be part of your cost of your total sales, whether the sales has been paid for or not, it should be part of your total sales. So what happens if the goods purchased for a particular month extend up to 2 months before it is being sold? Okay, this is where I explained that your cost of goods sold should only cover the goods that have been sold. So if you have 50 pieces of your product and you have sold 20 in the month of March, when you're calculating your cost of goods sold, you only calculate for that 20, right? So in the following month, you sold another 10, you calculate for only that 10. The next month, you sold another 20, you calculate for only that 20, right? Patterning, do you understand that? Okay, you buy weak carbs every time, then it is an expense, so it is not an asset. Yes, sales, AC, yes, phone, furniture, all of those things are assets. You should calculate depreciation for them. Okay, do we have any more questions? So Mrs. Olivia, if you buy weak carbs every time, weak carbs is part of, okay, it means that without those weak carbs you cannot produce your wig, you cannot produce your hair without that weak carb. So it is part of the cost of producing your wig. It is the part of it is part of your cost of, please can you enlighten me on, if you buy the course, since you are buying the course, Miss Olivia, you showed the interest in the course. I, in fact, a whole module I used it to explain depreciation expense. A whole module I use it. If I should start now, I will spend another 45 minutes explaining depreciation expense, because it's a bit complex on its own, right? It's a bit complex on its own. So I use like a whole module to explain it in the course. Any other question before we end the live? Thank you so much. Let me know in the comments, how do you feel about this section? How do you feel? Let me know in the comment section. How do you feel? Do you feel like you have learned something? Do you feel like you got value for your time? Let me know in the comments. Do you feel like you got value for your time? Did you like the section? Okay, and payment. If a customer has paid you already, you will still record it that the customer has paid. But we know that if the payment has earned, there's still probability that before the end of that month, the money will still come in, right? The money will still come in before the end of that month. That's been very enlightening. Thank you, Oluwadamilare. Tell me in the comment section how you feel about this section. So angle tricks, if there is network issues, please record the sale. And if the customer, even if you have not confirmed payment, you can leave it on the software that the customer has not yet paid. Okay, you can just leave it that the customer has not yet paid, the customer is yet to pay you. So anytime you confirm payments for that order, then you go to your software to record payments. Now the reason I said you should not record that payment yet, so that it is easy for you to track the money that has come in. Because once you record that sale, your cash flow will show that money has come into the business, and you don't want that because the money is not yet in your account. So I would advise that you be patient and wait for the amount of money, the money to should drop into your account before you now go back to the software to tell it that this sale has been paid for. You like the section? Thank you, you got value. Thank you so much. Let me know more people. Tell me how you feel about this section. Tell me how you feel about bookkeeping. Did you learn anything? Did you feel like you learned so many things that you didn't even know before about bookkeeping? I feel so happy being able to pass all this knowledge to you guys. I'm going to be sending a DM to everyone who showed interest this night. Okay, Okay, guys, can we end the section now? Can we go now? Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining in. I really, really appreciate it. Okay, if Zoho Books is more how will I put it? Is more robust than Zoho Invoice. Zoho Invoice does not do profit or loss statements for you, right? Zoho Books is an accounting software. Zoho Invoice is just like a smaller version of Zoho Books, right? So that's why most people when they use Zoho Invoice, they still integrate it with Zoho Books so that they can do profit or loss statements, they can do assets and the likes, depreciation and the likes, right? So Zoho Invoice, so many people that I know that they use Zoho Invoice, they will now go to Google Sheets to go and calculate profit and loss statement on Google Sheet again. Okay, which in my opinion it will be stressful. And then if it is stressful, it will not make the bookkeeping easy for you. And at the end of the day, you will just give up and just leave it. And you just be like, well, the stress is too much. So I always like to make it easy, right? I always try to look for solution that is easy for small business owner, right? So Zoho Invoice does not calculate profit or loss statements, but Zoho Books calculates is like a robust package of a bigger version of Zoho Invoice. Okay. Okay, any more questions before I end this section? Thank you guys for joining in. Yeah, Titilayo, I'm going to send you a replay. I'm going to send you a replay. Okay, good night, guys. Bye. See you.